Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Good morning. Hey guys, how's it going? On today's adventure, we're doing something very special. We're going to a brand new place I have never been to. I've always wanted to go, and it's finally happening. So this will be a journey where I can't show you things that I've seen before, except perhaps in video games or something like that, but it's going to be fun. Where are we going? Hong Kong. Technically, we're stopping in San Francisco first, but then we're going to Hong Kong. We're going to meet up with some familiar faces. Well, one particular. And then, if we can, I think this is the plan, we're going to hop over to Macau. We'll talk all about that as we go, but for now, I got to go through security. All right, through security. This time, there's actually a story here. So, normally, nothing ever happens. This time, I got randomly selected. No big deal. And you go to that second thing where you have to, like, put your hands up like this, and it kind of scans you. Usually I don't have an issue with that, but this time it detected something. And I'm looking at the little, like, they have like a little screen that shows where the detection is, and it was from my area. And it was very awkward for the guy when he realized what was setting it off was my me. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, so we're in the club lounge now, and breakfast of champions. Right, I am officially back in San Francisco here at SFO Airport. I landed at F22 and my gate is over there. It's F13, so I got time. I'm gonna go over to the club lounge. You knew it was gonna happen. Ooh, we've got some pastas and some chicken and stuff over there. I'm gonna have fun. All right, we are heading out of the United Club here. Had pasta, chicken, and various desserts, by the way. Rice pudding with an oatmeal raisin cookie. Bomb combo. That needs to be like a thing. Okay, I'm officially in Hong Kong. Well, I'm off the plane. Long flight. That one from San Francisco to here was like 14 hours. I'm very tired. I'm gonna go clear customs and all that fun stuff, and I'll catch up with you guys on the other side. Alright, so I just cleared customs. I have to go pick up my bag. Worth noting, your nationality does seem to matter. As an American, it's just a matter of, oh, yeah, welcome. They do not stamp you. However, they do give you a little ticket that is equivalency of a stamp. Keep that for your own, I guess, mementos. But also I read that certain hotels will actually require to see that. So take care of that. All right, I've got my suitcase, and over there, I think this is just a remnant of being British. Goods to declare or no goods to declare. I have nothing to declare, so let's go through there. The airport has a 7-Eleven, of course, reminds me of Japan. So there's a bunch of trains and stuff you can take to the city. I know there's a thing called the Octopus card. I don't have the mental faculties to do any of that right now, so I'm going to be a fancy bish and just get an Uber. It's not that bad, actually. That's not downtown Hong Kong, but that is still a very nice view. I like that. Look at that. It's beautiful. If you want Ubers, you head outside, you go down the elevators, and you'll see this area. It says pick up. You gotta wait for that. Okay, time skip. I am officially in the hotel room first. My Uber driver was awesome. He was a dude from Dubai, and he spoke fluent English, and we were just kind of chit-chatting, and, you know, we bonded immediately over the fact that we were talking about how hot out it is, and he started using Celsius, and then he was like, oh, wait, because he knew I was an American, so he tried to go to Fahrenheit. I'm like, dude, no, I think it's Celsius. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm an American. He's like, oh, thank God. And so they were just chit-chatting, and then he was just talking about, he starts describing certain areas, and I was like, I've actually never been here before. He's like, you talk like with the confidence of a serial killer, you know, like you seem like you've been here. I'm like, I do travel a lot, but in this case, this is my first time. Anyway, so he was super cool, gave me a bunch of advice, and hopefully we can use some of his travel suggestions while we're here. We'll see. Weather looks like it may not be our friend on this trip,
But that said, we are now at our hotel. Now, English proficiency at the airport was not a problem, and I am now in the Wan Chai area, which I always thought was Wan Zai because of Shenmue. It's Shenmue 2 specifically was like, oh yeah, this is pronounced Wan Zai. It's not. But yeah. But anyway, super English compatible here if you need it. Now, my hotel room comes with obviously various amenities. I'm in a nice one on Hong Kong Island specifically. We'll talk more about that kind of stuff later. Some oddities will arise, like, we have the sink is outside of the bathroom. I don't know if that's standard, never been here before. We have your shaver outlets. Keep these in mind. These are not standard outlets, but if you have like a two-prong Japanese or American device, technically it'll work there, but they don't really want you doing that. But what you should do is your standard power outlet looks like this. This is UK style for obvious historical reasons that we'll go into later. That's what you're going to be using. Now, if you don't have that, which you probably don't if you sound like me, you're going to need your little adapter thing. I've shown this in other videos, but all you do is you plug that in, and then I personally have this cable that I bring everywhere, and you just plug it in to that, and then from there you have a little hub of North American style power outlets as well as USB-C and USB-A ports. I just noticed this. They actually provided power outlets. Like, I think this is well, it's for the phone, but they provided this like little universal adapter. It's like hard wired to this thing, so I guess that I don't actually need this thing. So here's the plan. On the flight, I only slept for an hour, if that. So I've effectively been up for over 24 hours. Coming in from Chicago, I woke up 5:30 in the morning. And it's now 9 p.m. or so in Hong Kong the next day. Crunch the numbers, and I've been up over 24 hours. So my normal plan for this, for those who've never seen my Japan videos, is I basically just tough it out until about midnight, if I can. Then I go to bed. My body will inevitably wake up at 3 in the morning, and that's when I pop one of these suckers, melatonin, and knock my ass right back out. And then you should probably wake up around like 9 in the morning. You're good to go. Hopefully. There are 2 beds. A buddy of mine will be joining us. We're sharing a room. You will see this person and you already know them.
Hello, it is I, the one who they call Megalink. I am here at Heathrow Airport in London, where I spent a week just wandering around the city, checking out landmarks, and getting drunk at the pubs at the very least. I am pretty much done with the trip, and the original task was to head home to Boston. Although a certain guy that I know named Adam was just bragging about going to Hong Kong, and I know that Asia is the place to be. I've decided to fly Cathay Pacific, which is Hong Kong's flagship carrier. Well, gee, who would have thought there was an airline in this world that wasn't called United, but people from Chicago who carry Sega Plutos all over the world with them wouldn't know.
Good morning. It is day, I guess, technically 3. I don't know. Here in Hong Kong, and this is my first viewing. So one of my buddies is landing at the airport in a couple of hours, so I don't really have any reason to go anywhere at the moment, other than to 7-Eleven, because I do need something, coffee, whatever. Also, because former British colony, they've got the double buses. There are also Circle K options, 7-Eleven. I just want convenience stuff, well, that's a Japanese term, but I just want like cans of coffee and some basic breakfast at the moment till my buddy gets here. I like the architecture. It's like a mixture of all the different eras kind of come together. Take note that the street has the look right, look left thing, which is because they're formerly British. They do that whole look, they drive on the opposite side thing. Ovaltine has pastries? That's new to me. So I bought a bunch of breakfasty items and they gave me a bunch of peanut stickers. I'm not sure what that's about. All right, I got some sustenance, some drinks, a little bit of food. We're gonna go back to the hotel. I'll show you guys what I got. Okay, so I've got a tuna fish and egg mayo sandwich, very basic. Some sort of pastry thing, I think cheese, I don't know. I got various coffees throughout the day. We got a coconut Nescafe thing. We have the extra shot Nescafe. We have what looks to be some sort of Chinese brand that I am unfamiliar with. And we got a juice, because, vitamin C or something, grapefruit juice. And this one was the most intriguing to me. A strawberry Coca-Cola. I have never in my life seen a strawberry Coca-Cola. Let's go.
So this is the hotel room view. I like this because, like, you have this building straight up is Shenmue 2 to me. Like, there was a chase scene with Ryo Hazuki and Ren of Heavens, and they like go through those bamboo things. I mean, like, oh, it's so weird to me. But then you have like the modern stuff. You have British era stuff. This is just cool to me. It's very exciting to be in a place that I've always kind of had interest in, but I've never had the opportunity to really go. This is actually new. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about the history of Hong Kong in particular, like what is its situation? Is it China? Is it its own thing? Is it British? What was the deal? So here's what you need to know. Hong Kong is a series of islands primarily, with a little bit of it connected to mainland China. In the 1800s, the British showed up in Opium Wars. They did the whole colony empire thing. And they took one very specific island, which is the one I'm on currently, which is literally called Hong Kong Island. They fought and they won, and the island became theirs in perpetuity. Then they went a little bit further north to what is now known as Kowloon, and they took that successfully along with another little island. And those three little sections became British in absolute perpetuity throughout all time, with the promise that we super seriously won't take any more land. And then a little bit later, the British lied and took more land, and they took a whole bunch of everything that is today modern-day Hong Kong. And that was in 1898 that they successfully did that. However, all the rest of that land was not owned in perpetuity. It was taken through a leasing agreement. And the logic at the time was, China is like a poor rural farm country that has no strength. We are the mighty British Empire. So what happens when the lease ends, which is leases can only go for 99 years. So what's going to happen? Well, we'll still be the mighty British Empire. We will just, we'll just take more China then. We'll just take more China. No, that didn't really happen. So, following the end of World War II and shifting everything around the world, the British Empire technically falls apart in 1948. What do you do with Hong Kong? Hong Kong, there was no reason to return it at the end of 1948. It was still technically owned by the British, and they were allowed to do with it as they saw fit. But, the war had kind of been... The Japanese in particular had really weakened everybody's infrastructure, and the Americans now, who kind of more or less controlled the way the system was working, basically said, empires are done, everybody got to go. We made certain exceptions, Hong Kong was one of them, and fast forward into the future, it was in the 1980s, now well after China is no longer the poor rural farm country, it's now the communist China that we know today. Margaret Thatcher in the 1980s sat down with the Chinese and basically said, like, we need to work this out because 1997, which is when the lease ends, is rapidly approaching and there's absolutely no plan on what happens here. And the Chinese basically said, we expect all of Hong Kong returned to us. And the British were like, well, I mean, it's its own thing, it's got its own population, they don't really want to be Chinese, I don't really know if that's going to pan out for you. And the Chinese were like, we can just invade and take it, and there's not really anything you can do to stop us because you can't beat us, and I don't think the Americans are going to come to your aid. And the British kind of realized the Chinese were right. So they made an agreement. They said, okay, you leave it alone. 1997, it stops being British. And at that point, we turn all of it over to China, which includes the leased territory. However, there actually was no requirement that they turn over Hong Kong Island, Kowloon, or that other little island, the three that existed in perpetuity, didn't actually have to be turned over to China if the British didn't want to. But they basically were like, we'll trade you those. In exchange, you have to leave Hong Kong alone for 50 years, meaning normal Chinese law, Chinese policies on basically everything cannot apply here. So like, that's why I was even able to land here. As an American, you can just show up and land. You can stay for 90 days like it's part of Europe or Japan. Whereas mainland China, which is like right over there, I can't go to without a visa. And this is why things like Google is allowed to exist here. It was allowed, it's basically like its own country, which is definitely totally not its own country. Same with Macau, but we'll talk about that when we go over there. Yes, we're going to Macau. But yeah, that was essentially the agreement. So in 2047, it gets fully handed back over to China, and what China will do with it at that point is anybody's guess. However, where it's gotten a little bit iffy is particularly in 2019, the Chinese started being like, screw the agreement, let's just start chipping away at stuff. And that's caused some problems. But for the most part, China has honored the agreement. and we'll just see where it goes. But I really wanted to experience it while it's still something that's very Western compatible, and hopefully it gets to stay that way, because who knows how the world unfolds. I mean, who knows? Maybe the CCP collapses like the Soviet Union did, and then Hong Kong becomes its own state. Impossible to say at this point, but in short, that is the basic history of Hong Kong.
All right, so I'm now at a place called the Peak Galleria. It's like a mall, and you get to see this awesome view. I also found this guy.
Hi, I followed him all the way here.
He did. This is Megalink, aka Mega Slut. And this is Hong Kong from the Peak view. Now, at this mall, you can actually pay to go to the top floor. It's like $10 equivalency. We decided to do that because look at this view. This is absolutely spectacular, and it gets even better. Are you excited?
Oh, very much so.
He has not slept yet. All right, everybody. Megalink and I are up at the Peak. Look at this view, dude.
It's quite life-changing. I'm not even joking.
This is legitimately awesome. This is what everyone told us was like the #1 tourist thing you got to do, and they were totally right. There are, just be aware, if you come up here, there's the $10 fee basically to come on up. It's equivalency of, and we thought that was totally worth it. There are other views you can go to that are free, but this filters out a lot of people, quite frankly, and it's also taller because they built a building on top of the Peak, making it an even better view. I say the $10 is totally worth it.
Yeah, no, $10 is nothing.
It's nothing. By the way, our Uber drive over here, which was, let's say, insane. So
cue the B-roll. I have some.
He has some B-roll. Basically, Uber screwed up slightly, so we told it to come here, but there's like technically a housing development nearby, and it wanted us to try and go through that and then like walk up a hill somewhere. So the Uber driver's just following the instructions, and then we get to this point where we just can't go any further, and he's like, I don't know what to do. Someone comes out, and he's like, where are you trying to go? We're like, the Peak. He's like, oh, you have to go back down the hill and go back. So we felt so bad for the Uber driver. I tipped him because I was like, yeah, he deserves it for that, but yeah. It was also cheap. The whole drive was only like the equivalency of about $12.
Just to get up this mountain, it's
beautiful.
Worth it. I felt bad for the Uber guy for real. Like there was a garbage truck in the way, as well as what Adam mentioned right there. Like I was honestly scared for my life, just like the amount of traversal just going through those roads.
He hasn't slept yet, otherwise he would have been a little bit more stable. By the way, this tall building right here in the center, if you guys ever saw The Dark Knight, that's the one that Batman jumps off of. So he did that, and the Sears Tower in Chicago represent. Did he ever do that in New Hampshire?
No. Oh, not yet.
Oh, Batman in New Hampshire. Doesn't seem like a very interesting story.
I think it would be the best story.
So from over there, you can flip over and you can get all these other views of these other islands that are all part of Hong Kong. I don't know if you can see Macau from here or not, but don't worry, because I think we're going to go to Macau.
Maybe.
No, we're 100%.
The Las Vegas of Asia.
We're going to talk all about that. That's going to be fun. But, yeah, do you guys remember he was in the Las Vegas episode? Do you remember that?
Maybe.
You don't remember being in Las Vegas?
Never. Even though I've been there for 10 times.
You were in the video. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm mess.
Guys, the Sega Pluto has made it to Hong Kong. It is happy. Just so you guys get a sense of how high up you actually are, this building, the Dark Knight one, is one of the tallest buildings in the entire world, and we're kind of above it. Woof, look down. I like these little dioramas they have set up. That's really, really cool. And all sorts of scenery and stuff. This is inside the mall at the Peak, which, by the way, you should just come in here just because it's kitschy and cool, and I like it. I think we want food.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Definitely, yes.
Eat up. See, they know what you're going to do when you're here, because that's exactly what we did.
We're now at another famous 7-Eleven. You think it's an American chain. It's not. You know better.
Yeah, no.
They're Japanese. But anyway, so a lot of Japanese drinks in there. We wanted Hong Kong stuff, you know? I found a lot of stuff from Singapore and the UK, I guess, fittingly. But I found one from Hong Kong. It's like this brand, and strawberry something tea. Strawberry oolong tea. I just want something Hong Kong specific. Don't judge me. Are you judging me?
Yes, I'm judging him.
That sounds about right. We decided to stop at a place called Chung's Tea House inside the Peak Gallery because they have dim sum, and that's a stereotypical white tourist as you can do. We have been told the place we gotta look for is a Tim's Ho Pan. I only kind of remember the name because I always thought it was a Tim Hortons, but as a joke. But I'm told it's quite good. What'd you get?
I got these steamed fresh shrimp dumplings.
I like how you had to read the receipt. I don't blame you. I don't remember what I ordered either.
And then
it's probably like a
chili sauce.
Chili oil sauce.
Yeah.
Those are good. I like that. Yeah, this is what I got. This is spicy pork or something. Are you like jealous or something?
No, I'm satisfied. bud.
Oh, wow, all right. This is probably a good time to talk about currency conversion. So you'll see this costs $42. You're like, what, $42 for that? It's 42 Hong Kong dollars. So if you convert this to USD, you basically divide it by 8, at least at the time I'm recording this. So this whole thing was about $5. Those dumplings were really good. The dim sum, what'd you think?
Mine were really good as well.
Yeah, he's exhausted. He's going to go back to sleep now. But for $5 or so, that was chef's kiss. That was great.
That's the American consulate right back there.
Yep.
There you go.
Explains it.
And that'll do it for part 1. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned to the rest of this 5-part series, in which we will be exploring, of course, the rest of Hong Kong, and we'll actually make our way out to Macau, but time enough for that later. On the next episode, we will go over to Kowloon. We'll see more great views, we'll talk more history, and, of course, we're going to crush some food. It's awesome. So in the meantime, if you guys could do me a favor, please like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you've never done that before, as well as check out all the social media stuff in the description. I've got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, Spreadshirt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.